All right. Welcome, everyone. I'm Sephiroth the Pathfinder. Today, I am joined by Encrypt 128-bit, and we're going to show off a little beta version of a Pantheon map viewer application he's been working on. So, welcome, Encrypt 128-bit.
Hi, thank you.
So, as of right now, by the way, as people who know that play Pantheon, when I alt tab out of Pantheon, the sound stops. I'm sorry about that. Nothing I can do about it. But you want to tell me a little bit about the program? Because I just unzipped it. I saw it was like what 7,000 or 17,000 files. That's kind of nuts. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, so the way that Shalazam displays the map is it's a tile-based map. So each tile is like an X and Y location, basically.
Hmm.
Um, so every time you zoom in, there's a new set of tiles. So you zoomed out, you only got 20 tiles. You zoom all the way in, you have 7,000 7,000 some tiles there.
Right, right.
So that's why there's quite a few different files in there currently. Um, with the release that I gave you.
Hmm. So walk me through this. How do I set this up? Is it automatically checking my location now, or do I have to like
No, so
do something in
the
game?
the way that it works is the /loc command in the game.
Hmm.
Uh, when you type /loc, it copies your jump location to the clipboard. As soon as you do that, your pin will update.
Oh, holy crap! Yeah, you're right. So let me actually. So I just actually patched. Where's my macro? Is there a new macro window? Oh, I found it.
Uh, yeah,
I
it's
found it.
still the same location. Mhm.
Cool. So basically, if I run around, oh, is there a way to put this always on top or no? Not yet.
Not currently. That's definitely
Okay.
something that I should add into a requested feature.
Yeah, that's the very first feature request I have for you already. But yeah, I just did the loop command and it puts me right here at the Vinestone and Template. That's awesome. So basically, if I just run around and hit the location, it just keeps updating, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
So, how did you make this? Is this going to be open source, closed source? What's the idea behind the project?
Uh, right now, closed source, maybe open source in the future.
Cool.
Yeah, I spent a whole lot of time figuring out how to do the coordinates and making everything kind of work together. The hardest part, honestly, was the coordinates.
Yeah.
The map, the coordinate system on the map itself. Um, it's I scrapped the project 3 times before getting to this version. Uh,
I saw you posting in our Discord. By the way, for those that don't know, you can join the Relemport Discord. It's kind of a gaming MMO hub. I call it kind of a open source community. That's how Encrypt and I met, and he's going to be hosting this project in that Discord. So if anybody wants to uh, keep in touch or be able to access this. Currently, it's not accessible. This is a beta that we're just kind of previewing right now. But once it's released, it will be in the Discord, and then I'm sure Encrypt you can comment on where else it might be released later on as well. So
yeah, absolutely. Future releases hopefully are going to be directly on the shalazam.info website. I am working closely with them. And initially, I just scraped the tiles from their site and put it together. Uh, but I had some bugs when I did that, so I asked them for the files directly. Uh, so that kind of started the relationship there, and I shared the program with who is it? With the Shalzam owners, the
cool. Yeah, the Patriarch
Patriot.
Guild. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um, well, specifically, I was talking to Cassium there,
Hmm.
and he
Hmm.
kind of gave me the blessing to go ahead and do this,
Awesome.
and then brand it with their name.
Cool. Yeah, that's great. And
Mhm.
yeah, and also, a big thank you to you for letting me be involved to kind of test it out on stream, and then obviously host your discussion and your releases and changelog and feature requesting in our Discord. So that means a lot to me because I've always wanted Realm 4 to be kind of like open source gaming community. It's kind of run by
Yeah,
itself. Like I might be the guild leader or I might be one of the leaders, but we have many officers that do a lot of great things. We play a lot of different games together, and you're one of the first that comes in and actually develops something in here too. And I'd love to see more of that. So thank you for doing that. That's awesome.
absolutely. Uh, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Actually, really frustrating at times, but a lot of fun once it started working.
So you used I know you used AI a bit to help along the way, help with debugging and stuff. How much
Yeah.
how would you say AI has like are you what's your background in programming first of all, and then how would you say AI is helping how did AI help you develop this? I'm curious.
Yeah, so my background with programming, honestly, I'm a cybersecurity manager um, for a security operations center.
Hmm.
I do a lot of scripting and programming with Python uh, there to do my various daily tasks. And this is actually the first time I've actually put together a full program like this besides just using Python.
It's awesome. Well,
Yeah,
congratulations.
yeah, thank you.
By the way,
uh,
when we do post this to YouTube, there will be, and also in our Discord, there will be a buy me a coffee link. I highly encourage anyone that finds this tool useful once it's released. Make sure you support Encrypt 128-bit for his work. Throw him some love. Buy him a coffee.
yeah, thank you.
So zoning. So actually, I have a question about the locations with zoning. Does
Yeah,
each zone have a different grid of locations, or is it uh,
no,
the entire world is kind of uh,
yes.
on the
So
same grid?
So the whole world currently is on the same grid, and that's because the Pantheon developers specifically wanted the world to be seamless, right?
Right. Yeah. Right.
Um,
Right. Right.
Eventually, they're looking to not have as many zone lines as we currently have in the game.
Right.
So everything should be pretty seamless, except when it comes to dungeons like Helenor's Cave.
Yep. And I'm sure
Those.
that'll be a different thing to tackle once we get there for you as well. That's
Yeah,
going to be some work on your part.
yeah, absolutely. Currently, if you zone into Helenor's Cave and then hit that loc button, it's gonna throw you out in Eastern Plains somewhere or Silent Plains somewhere.
So how are you going to be able to pick up the data that I've zoned into Hound Cave, or is that going to be something maybe we manually have to click in the app?
So if it works the way that the overworld map works, it's gonna have its own separate location system within the in the zone.
Hmm.
So those locations would be different than the overworld.
Hmm. Cool.
Um, so uh, when I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to approach that right yet, just this moment, honestly. But I'm thinking like
Right.
if you get close to it or something, or you hit that zone line, maybe it detects you're near it, and then it transitions the map.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So
So what is this show pin one and pin two? Is this for like custom locations?
yeah. So show pin one, that's your user pin, that's your character.
Okay. Oh, I
Um,
see.
I'll rename it in the future, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, the show pin 2 is just an additional pin
Okay.
that you can set anywhere you want. So
Y-
if you hover your mouse over just like Shalazam and then hit set pin with those locations, it will set it there. I'm
Well, I noticed
currently
I see when I right click, it says calibration A, calibration B. What is that exactly?
yeah, we can't see it on stream, but calibration
Oh,
A and
got it.
calibration B is a rollout menu I added. If for whatever reason the calibration file is not included, or you reload the directory or lose your config files,
Hmm.
you can recalibrate it based on two known locations in the game. So
Hmm.
it doesn't matter which locations you use for A and B. What happens is you put your mouse in one location and the other, and then it scales the locations appropriately across the grid.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I just noticed the death button. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So you can mark where you died. Hell yeah.
yeah. That one of my friends who also plays requested that, and I'm like,
Yeah,
that's a really good idea.
that is a
Uh,
good idea.
so if you smash your look button after you die and hit the death button, that pin will stay consistent there until you hit it again, and then it clears it.
Cool. Awesome. Cool. We got Game Lore in chat actually. My feature request is to scrape Shalazam map layers and add those.
Yeah, something I was thinking about. I had thought about an approach to implementing this, and it wouldn't be terribly difficult to add, uh, those overlays on top of the map with the like
Hmm.
mob locations and everything that they have.
Yep.
Uh, at the same time, I don't want to take away from Shalazam.
Yeah.
With when
Oh, you're cutting out for a second.
so I'm kind of conflicted, and it's something I just gotta yeah it's something I just gotta talk with the Shalazam website owners
Yeah.
uh,
And also, I mean,
to see
part
if
of
they
part of
would be okay with me doing that.
right, and also part of the beauty of this MMO and not having a map is having to discover things. So,
Mhm.
making this program too powerful might kind of take away from the experience of the game. While Shalazam
Absolutely.
is great to have as a resource, but you can also make it so that, hey, if people really want to find, Shalazam has all the information and the locations. You can just kind of maybe people can import what they want into the map viewer, like you have your pin 1 and pin 2 thing. Hey, if they
Mhm.
want to search for something in there, they can, but maybe not display it all. But I mean, who knows?
Right.
Maybe Shalazam wants you to put it all in there, and they want to blow this up. But
Yeah.
you know,
I wouldn't mind it.
the thing
Yeah.
that I've seen recently. So for example, in our Discord, we had a guild member post a video of how to kill the crystalline wyvern in Hangor. And we as a guild we haven't killed it yet. And my reaction to that was, well, first of all, I'm not watching this video because I want to experience the crystalline wyvern myself, and I want to figure it out myself with my guild members. I don't want someone coming in that has watched that video and being like, this is the way you should do it, kind of thing. And I don't want our guild to be hey, watch this YouTube video before you come to a raid, or make sure you know this before you come to a raid. No, the beauty of these games, that I've learned from EverQuest, or any game that I played, is figuring it out together and dying. And yes, it sucks to die, and it sucks to not know where stuff is, but the exploration part, you don't want to cheat yourself that moment of like, oh, I found this waypoint, or I found this cool thing. So in regards to that with your map program, I guess that's a conversation to be had, is whether or not it should show everything from Shalazam, or it should be left kind of vague, because having a map, or maybe like a fog of war type thing, actually that would be kind of cool. I don't know if you can implement that, but a fog of war type thing where you have to actually explore, like maybe an option. Actually, this is a cool feature request that I just thought of. Have a fog of war where you have to actually explore everything and unlock the fog of war, so that it doesn't just show every map in the game until you
Yeah.
actually visited it, and like use the location button. That would be kind of cool. Just an idea.
Yeah.
I'm throwing that out
That
there.
that's actually a really good idea. The whole intent behind this, was to make it easier to navigate,
Hmm.
and find your death location and whatnot,
Yeah.
and especially
Yeah.
for older players, which a lot of people that are playing this type of MMO are older. Maybe
Yep.
they just don't have time to
Yep.
do all of that, or they don't play as often. Uh,
Exactly.
so I wanted it to be helpful, but not overly helpful in a way that it ruins your experience with the game.
Exactly. And personally, and I'm someone personally that I actually enjoy there not being a map feature in the game. But I joked with you the other day. I'm like, which do you call the projects? And I'm like, call it M for map, because everyone presses M in game. anyway, for,
Yeah.
just by habit of playing other games. But yeah, I like the idea of it kind of being vague, kind of. And hey, if you implement the fog of war thing, give me some credit because that was my idea and I love it. And
Absolutely.
that's how I would use it. So because it actually, fun fact, my nickname is Sephiroth the Pathfinder. From back in EverQuest, I won the Ranger Best of the Best, which granted me that title. So it kind of fits with my, you know, wanting to explore, wanting to find my own way, and be the, uh, the Pathfinder. Sure, and
Yeah.
share what info I found. That's why I always play a ranger too. So because that's actually
Yeah.
one thing in EverQuest that I feel like the ranger class lost its ability and its most important utility was when Shoei Q. I don't know. Did you play EverQuest?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, when Shoei Q came out in EverQuest, where all of a sudden you could see where everything is on a map, live in real time, and all of a sudden Rangers were useless. When
Yeah.
before that time, Rangers and Druids so important. Hey, let's send our Rangers and Druids over to Temple of Vishan. Can they check if these mobs are up? Can or zone into Sra, check what mobs are up? Can we go raid there? Like that was so important before Shoei Q kind of ruined things.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
that was one of the fun parts about being a ranger. I loved it. So,
Yeah.
but
I remember when Show EQ came out too. It was all like lines and
yep,
it wasn't very detailed, but you kind of got the picture of what was going on.
yep.
And I'm like, yeah. At the first time I saw that, I was like, this feels like cheating.
Yep.
So
It is. It's totally cheating. But the thing is that it became so mainstream that you almost can't play EverQuest now on a TLP without using Shoei Q because you actually lose your competitive edge if you don't have it because it's
yeah.
so accepted and you they don't I don't. I'm going out on a limb here, but I don't think they ban for it. I don't think they do anything, even though it's packet sniffing. It's against their terms of service. Everyone uses it. I remember I was playing on a TLP. I was in Plana Hade. I was a ranger. I was tracking my mobs to see what I wanted to pull. And you know what? Actually, I was using Shoei Q as well. But either way, because everyone else was. But I saw a warrior every time a Kira Q mob popped that drops warrior gear. I saw that warrior go straight for it within seconds.
Oh yeah.
How did that warrior? Obviously, that warrior is using Shoei Q. The best way to see who's using Shoei Q is also by using Shoei Q. So,
Yep.
but so it's just like that's a normal thing now.
Yeah. I
But
think
yeah,
being that the those the TLP servers and whatnot, they're all volunteers. I don't think they care that much if people are
yeah.
using it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems socially accepted. It's also a 25-year-old game, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's still what it is. What it is. And actually, I've been playing on an EverQuest emulator server. So shout out to the Hero's Journey, which implemented Show EQ into their server. Actually, when you open up your map in EverQuest, the Hero's Journey shows you mobs on the map and you actually have a tracking skill. The higher your tracking skill, the further away you can see the mobs on your map. So it's kind of fun.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, so shout
That's
out to
neat.
the Hero's Journey. I've been playing that casually. Super fun way to play. It's a three-class system kind of thing where you log in, you get to choose three classes. They also have a specialized loot system where you can upgrade your loot. So, for example, you get a Blade of Carnage, you can upgrade it to Enchanted and upgrade it to Legendary, which increases its stats. So it becomes more of a solo duo server where you can actually solo and duo raid content. Super fun to play if anybody out there is interested. The Hero's Journey is what you want to look for. They have their own Discord, but shout out to them. I'm actually on their stream team as well. So I'll be
Awesome.
streaming that a couple times a week. But
So did you explore the configuration at all?
not yet. So walk me through that.
So at the top you see the file menu. I don't know if it's going to show on stream, but
Yeah, let me see if it's showing. I don't think. Yeah,
no,
I don't think it's
doesn't look
showing on
like it.
stream, so we're not going to be able to. Actually, let me see if I can add it. Give me 1 second. Maybe people can be patient. Window capture. Is it a different configuration? I can add it. There we go. Cool. So
Hey,
yeah,
there.
there's the config window.
Yeah. So the config window there, you can actually drop down and select your icon. The reason you're seeing wizard is because I included my config with the packaged that I sent
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
So you can
Quick
drop it
feature
down there.
request. I hate
Yeah.
the Pantheon icons. Can you please just put text here for these? Because I have no idea what class is what. Oh, I found Ranger. It like the
Yeah,
Ranger
I can
icon
actually.
does not look like a bow.
Yeah, I can put the names next to them. That's stuff I didn't even think about that honestly.
Yeah. Because
But yeah,
no offense to the Pantheon developers, your icons for classes are horrible. But I love you guys, but I really dislike them. Sorry, go ahead.
so yeah,
Continue.
you can set the icon for 1 and 2, and then you can set the color overlay selection there.
Cool.
Um, yeah. Yep.
So let's see. I'm at 4,300, 3,000. Let me try setting pin two here.
Looks like it duplicated on your stream.
It
The
duplicated? What?
Yeah, you
What?
have two of the windows open.
Oh,
Looks
you
like
know what happened when I closed the configuration window, it like defaulted back to something else.
that's weird.
All right, I'm trying to show pin two, but it's not showing up unless I'm doing something wrong, or maybe I found a bug. So I'm
Mm,
trying to do pin two. Let's see, 4,200, 2,800. Let's try that. 2,200,
if you put it at
2,800.
if you set it to 00 and then just look at. Oh wait, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think there's a bug going on here with show pin two. It's not showing up
Oh,
because it
you know
should
why?
show up over.
Okay, and that's something I didn't think about either. Hit your
Yeah.
set button.
Oh, there we go. Okay, there it is. Yep. Okay, my bad. Yeah,
Yep.
maybe
No,
put a
no,
little
no. That's
highlight around that or something.
that. Yeah, that's something maybe I should do too. Is that if you
So
have something typed in there and you hit show, it just automatically sets it.
so with pin one, why would I want to set pin one if all I need to do is use the location command in game?
Uh, well, it's kind of a legacy thing. When I
Okay.
started it,
Yeah. Okay. Just
I
wondering.
didn't have the tracking
Yeah.
implemented, and I just never took it out. Honestly,
Hmm.
um, that and
Got it.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe somebody wanted to set the other pin, but
Yeah.
it's going to be overwritten by the jump loc anyway. So
Right. Got it. Yeah. I'm just asking questions. I'm not critiquing
yeah,
your dev
no,
process or anything.
that's a good question. Honestly,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it until you just mentioned it. So
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'd love to see more. Just right off the bat, if you want to hear a couple criticisms, I would say being able to right click and add a pin would be awesome to set pin two just by right clicking. That would be
yeah,
cool. Or just being able to add unlimited pins. Right click, add a pin. Right click, add a pin.
yeah,
Whatever.
that's actually that's a great idea. Again,
Yeah.
I was so focused on getting a base version of the program ready
Yeah.
to
Oh, no, of
go and
course. No, of
working.
course. And you've done an amazing job. That is not a complaint. And it
I
just
didn't
right
even
off the
think
top
of
of
this
my head.
complaint.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's it's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like
So,
the comments. Keep them coming.
yeah.
Gives me more things to work on.
So, anything else you want to add before we kind of wrap things up? Because I think we kind of went through most of the little features here. I've been just running around pressing the low key
Yeah,
and it's updating great. So, anything
yeah.
else you want to add?
Um, the only other thing is so you didn't get the pop up when you opened it. I'm not sure people really care, but if you go into the About menu and then
Hmm.
hit disclaimer, there's a little disclaimer. When you first install it, if you haven't accepted the disclaimer, it turns it off. I think that's the only
Hmm.
really thing. And then there's also in the About, there's a link to the Buy Me a Coffee and my Discord handle as
Okay.
well.
Great. Yeah. And when
Mhm.
I upload those to YouTube, I'm going to include both those links in the YouTube description as well. So
Cool. Thank
you'll
you.
be credited. And then anybody that is interested, you can join the Relin Port Discord. It's a cross MMO open source kind of Discord. You can, as long as you choose your Pantheon role, you will have access to the Pantheon map viewer category as well, so you can keep up on updates. This is currently not released, so Encrypt 128, if you want to give an idea, maybe a release schedule where they can find more info. They can find more info in our Discord, but also the release schedule and how you have it planned.
Yeah. So maybe we'll put an announcements channel or something, and I could throw announcements in there. Updating on the status of that.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, before a public distribution, we wanted to figure out the tiles thing. I don't want everybody to have to download a large file in order to have the program. Um, uh, so I wanted to figure out the tile distribution,
Right.
where it would download directly from Shalazam onto
Mm-hmm.
your computer and in the directory where it's at.
Yeah.
After we figure that out, I think distribution of the program would be a lot easier.
Cool.
And I think I don't know. I honestly don't have a timeline yet. Maybe a week or two. It
Okay.
depends on how fast Shalazam.info works. So
Yeah. Cool. So most likely it'll be available in the Realm Port Discord and
oh yeah,
possibly Shalazam. Is that how it's gonna
yeah,
work?
100% it'll be available in Rellenport, and then to be determined on the Shalazam website. I got to get a thumbs up or thumbs down.
Right on. Sounds good.
And then one last thing, I just wanted to add, a special thanks to Cassie and Lobin of the Patriot Guild,
Mm-hmm.
Guild, for their hard work on the Shalazam.info website.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, seeing that map, gave me the vision of this program,
Awesome.
and its functions. So,
Yeah.
huge shout out to them. Thank you guys. I really appreciate everything that you've done for that website and
Yeah.
helping me out with the
Oh yeah.
tiles.
That website's amazing. Do me a favor, send me the link to their website and their tags, and I'll also put them in the description then too. So
Yeah,
cool. Well, thank you so much for joining me, man, and I appreciate your work on the program. I think it's a huge addition to make life in Pantheon a little bit easier without exploiting the game or without ruining the experience. So thank you for your hard work, man. I appreciate it.
yeah, not a problem. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to end things here. I will be posting this video up on YouTube in the next day or two, and I will probably be streaming the hero's journey a couple times this week. And if I have time, I really want to get back into Pantheon streaming again. I just haven't had too much time lately. But thanks everyone for tuning in. And thanks Encrypted 128-bit for joining me.
Thank you.